There's a kind of silence that doesn't bring peace. It brings fear. Because when real authority enters the room, even hell remembers who made it. And that's exactly what happened the day heaven sent one of its own into the fire, not to fight, but to remind. Hell was never quiet. It was a world of endless noise. Fire, screams, rebellion echoing like thunder in a void that forgot what light felt like. Lucifer sat upon his throne of pride, ruling over ruins that once shimmered with beauty. Every shadow bowed to him, or so he thought, because on that day something changed. A silence moved through the flames. Not fear, not submission, something older. Something every fallen spirit recognized but could not name. It was the sound of heaven remembering hell. The air trembled, the fire dimmed, and from realms unseen, a light began to descend. Not blazing like war, but steady, absolute, like truth wrapped in fire. The angel came, not in anger but in authority. Every beat of his wings carried the weight of the one who sent him. He didn't speak. He didn't need to, because when you walk with divine authority, words become unnecessary. Hell itself shifted under his feet. Chains rattled, flames bowed low, and the damned went silent. Lucifer rose from his throne. The king of rebellion, the one who once stood in light, now met that light again, and for the first time in an eternity, he felt something burn deeper than fire. Shame. The angel stopped before him, calm, radiant, unwavering. This was not war. This was remembrance. Heaven had not forgotten who ruled, even in the depths. And creation itself began to remember too. Every demon, every whisper, every cursed echo fell quiet as the presence of God filled what once denied him. Lucifer's throne began to crack, not from battle, but from truth. Because pride cannot stand where obedience walks. The angel raised no sword. He simply stood. And that silence, that unbearable silence, became hell's greatest humiliation. The fires flickered low, as if the realm itself bowed. The same light Lucifer once carried now stood before him again, not to destroy him, but to expose him. And in that exposure lay the deepest form of judgment, to be reminded of what you once were before pride made you forget. The angel didn't gloat. He didn't remind Lucifer of his failure. He simply existed as proof that even in rebellion, God's authority remains. Hell is not a kingdom. It's a memory of what happens when creation tries to rule without its creator. When the angel turned to leave, his light passed through the darkness like dawn breaking through a storm. Flames reached upward, almost yearning for what they could never have again: redemption. Even hell seemed to ache for the light it once knew. Lucifer sat alone, his pride burned to silence. He would rebuild, of course, he always does, but deep within him something eternal stirred. Not repentance, but remembrance. Because no matter how deep he falls, he cannot escape the truth, that even rebellion still kneels before God. Heaven didn't celebrate when the angel returned. No trumpets, no shouts, just peace. Because real authority doesn't prove itself with noise, proves itself with presence. And in that silence, every angel understood. Obedience had once again defeated pride. Maybe that's what the story is really about. Not angels, not demons, but us. Because sometimes, the darkest places we walk through aren't punishment. They're assignments. Moments where God sends us, not to fight darkness, but to remind it that it never truly ruled. So when you face your battles, remember this: hell doesn't fear your shouting. It fears your obedience. Because when heaven sends you, hell already knows. It's over.